is. Welcome to Bookology, guys, the show with interviews, blindfolds, and snacks from around the world. I'm your host, BJ Fournier, and tonight we have a great show planned for you today. So let's get into it. All right. So thank you all so much for joining the very first episode of Bookology, the show with interviews, blindfolds, and snacks from around the world. See, in this show, we interview authors from all over the globe and take you on a virtual journey to unique destinations where our authors will be blindfolded and taste different snacks from around the world. So you're not going to want to miss this, because if they can guess what they're tasting, well, there's something in it for you. This is actually a fully interactive show, and we want you to be fully engaged and use the live chat to comment and get involved. As always, I will do my absolute best to ask all your questions as I see them coming up in the chat. So if you do see me looking away from my camera from time to time, rest assured I'm just checking to see if there's something in my nose. Something on the chat. All right? So today is a very awesome episode, because it represents the very first episode of the very first season of Bookology, and our future depends on you. See, we want to make sure that you're enjoying yourselves as much as possible. So please make sure you let us know how we're doing and if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, okay? Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we do go live, which right now is every Monday and Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And smash that like button if you enjoy the show. Aside from the fact that this is the very first episode of the very first season of Bookology, another reason why this show is going to be amazing is because of our very special guest, Jessi Hersey. Now, Jessi is a published author of the best-selling book titled Lit Soul, My Journey Back to Faith, and it's the #1 bestseller in LGBTQ poetry on Amazon. So you can check out a description section for more info and where exactly you can get your very own copy. See, it's a smooth collection of poetry focusing on 4 pillars of life: love, loss, finding your place in the world, and coming back to what you can't see. Jessi is a self-proclaimed healer, and she's been writing since she was 6 years old. She began with poetry as a way to make sense of her outer world as she got to know her inner self, and now she's sharing her talents and experiences with all of you. So please join me with a warm welcome to the very first guest author of Bookology, Jessi Hersey, everyone.
Well, that's not good. We got to be heard.
Yeah, we got to be heard. Can you guys hear us now?
Should I do
I
hello?
think they can hear us now, so we're going to move forward. I
Okay.
think they can hear us now. Um, I told you there might be some issues the very first time. Okay, so now they can hear us. I get people
Now they can
telling
hear
us
us.
they can hear us. Okay, all right, all right. So can you tell us a little bit about your journey as an author, and what it's been like for you for some of the newer authors out there?
It's been a crazy ride. I actually started out with a book of suspense romance called Changing the Bloodline. They're a self-publishing company. That taught me a lot of that I wanted to not ever self-publish again with a self-publishing company, but to build my own version of a company, of a hybrid kind of. My poetry book, since that is our key of the day, my poetry book is published through my company. See that on the back of my paperback, right there.
So this is your own
Simple.
publishing company?
My own publishing. It's a hybrid. It's like a self-publishing / publishing company. So it's not, it's just a hybrid. So it's not at all what you expect. I took the things that I like, since I've done both traditional publishing and self-publishing over a 10-year time span. I've learned a lot, and this book is just fully me. Anything you see of past books out that I can't erase, ignore.
So you say you've done traditional publishing as well.
Yes, but those have been like just my poetry in a book with a bunch of other people, or
Oh, I see.
yeah,
That's
or published.
When did you do that?
But they were. I did that when I was like 12 or 13 years old. At least the poetry in a normal publishing company. And they were just literally trying to find poets to build a book and publish it. But that experience wasn't too exciting to me. It was nice, the people I met during that time, but it taught me a lot.
You.
What?
Hard to separate yourself from the rest.
Yeah, it just was a experience I wouldn't ever want again, but being little when it happened, it was a good experience to be there with other people that were either poets or thinking about writing poetry.
And how old were you when you did it?
12 years old.
Oh, wow. That's interesting, and I thought that it was pretty interesting. We were talking, behind the scenes here before we jumped on, and you had mentioned that this book, you like all the poetry that's in it stems from your younger ages to current day. Is that right?
Correct. So 6 years old to now.
Wow. So I would really love to I just want to read the book just so I can see the differences in, your growth. Is it structured in such a way for us to be able to know when it is your 6-year-old you, and it's your current day you, or have you left it kind of mysterious?
I left it at the bottom of each page is a date and the year. But if I don't know the date, like the month, it's not down there. It's either going to just be the year or the month.
Okay.
Or the month. Yeah. I don't have exact dates because some of my poetry was so far back that I didn't write dates, but I knew my writing. So some of it I had to play by how I wrote.
Absolutely. I can totally appreciate that. All right. So when did you actually publish Lit Soul?
I guess in 2020, technically. But
okay.
the
so
copyright.
Last year, during the pandemic.
Yes.
What was while everyone else is sleeping on writing, like me, for instance, I was trying to publish my third book of a series, and don't you know, I didn't do hardly any writing. I was so caught up in all the the COVID stuff and everything going on that I didn't do anything. And you actually were able to publish your book, so that's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
is this your first official piece published for like aside from the poetry that you had with other people inside of a book?
Yeah, this is mine and fully mine and my company's. So it's me. It's all me.
That's awesome. That's great. So, what was the identifying moment for you that confirmed your desire to take your journey and share it with the world in an effort to help them?
Well, one thing I've learned is it's not good to hold everything and not share it with people. If you have something that's happened in your life, someone's going to relate to that and can maybe even heal from that or learn from your mistakes. And I thought it was important to do that by sharing my poetry with the world, I guess. And so I hope people, like for me, just getting it out was healing. And I'm hoping that it's healing for others just to read it, from the dark stuff to the light stuff.
Right. Which is intriguing about it is that it's not just one type of, of poetry. It's not just dark, but it's there's also light elements to it. Do you have like one type of poetry, like one page of poetry where it's both dark and light, or is it kind of like mixed up where one's light, one's dark, that sort of thing?
There is one there are some that are like combined with both, but in general, I'd say at least 20 to 30% of them are straightforward with either being dark or light. But I do at least have 5 or 10 of them in there. That's a mixture.
To ask any questions that you might have, okay? I'm going to keep moving on here. Now, if you could give our audience 3 key things to focus on in their life that might help them move forward in their lives if they're feeling stuck, what would those 3 things be?
Well, if you're feeling stuck, one is don't focus on feeling stuck because that will just make you feel more stuck. 2, write down a list of things you want to do. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's writing or just doing something that you can still do since we are still in the pandemic, something you can still do within your house or wearing a mask outside, just something. And 3 is follow through with those and figure out a way to follow through with those. If you don't feel motivated to do it, don't force yourself to be motivated. Allow yourself whatever is coming up or feeling wise for you, like whether it's sadness or I guess feeling stuck, like you brought up, let yourself feel that and let yourself deal with that feeling, however that is. You can cry a lot. You can sit and do nothing. I know with me recently, because I've had so many things at once happening, I had to take a slow down break and do a bunch of nothingness. So sometimes you just have to do a bunch of nothingness.
Sure. Is this kind of what the basis of your book is about, or is there more of a theme to the poetry that maybe I'm not touching on right now?
There is a theme to the poetry, and the theme is pretty much why the title, it's even within the title, Lit Soul, My Journey Back to Faith, is believing in what you don't see. So whether it's believing in yourself, because you can't always see what you can do in the future, you can't see what you're going to do a minute from now or 10 minutes from now, or I don't know if it's a second you can see what's happening, but you can't see into the future. So you don't know what you're capable of. And you can't always just sit there and not knowing go, well, I can't do this. Well, you don't know it. You haven't tried it yet. So in what you don't see, faith.
I see. So here we go. It achieved bestseller status in the LGBTQ poetry category in Amazon, okay? And I'm just wondering, is this piece published specifically to those who may be struggling with challenges that come with being part of the LGBTQ community, or is it fit for any reader?
It is fit for any reader, but I definitely feel LGBTQ being part of LGBTQ, being bisexual, but preferring women, I believe a lot of the community can get something from my poetry because I bring up people I've had feelings for in my poetry. I go deep in depth of stuff. So it's something to relate to and can help in even the process of coming out or just being you and not afraid to be you.
Now, you recently just came out, right?
About 3 years ago, but yeah.
Oh, 3 years ago. Oh, I thought you had said 3 weeks ago. So 3 years ago. Okay.
No.
So that's a little bit more
Yeah.
time. Okay. So do you want to share a little bit of? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. So you want to share maybe a little bit of what your experience was, and maybe help somebody who might be kind of struggling in that area. I have a few friends who are in that kind of realm right now who I really think might benefit from hearing someone who may I'm not sure if you struggled coming out, but they certainly are, and I think it might be a nice touch to have someone be able to tell them a little bit of what to expect and how they can maybe handle it or approach it.
Well, my first word of advice is don't do it on social media like I did it. I chickened out and didn't come out to my family first. I did it on Facebook first. That's where I came out. Yeah.
What was that like? Did that have some backlash to it? That must have had some backlash to it, huh?
Yeah, there was major backlash on that, but that's my fault for the way I chose to do it. But I was a chicken and clearly wasn't thinking right. So I came out on Facebook and got some backlash from family. And not from friends, that's the funny part, but from family. But it was only because it was a shock because I openly did it versus just coming out beforehand. It was a struggle. It was a major struggle. I literally drove away and would beat myself up about coming out and that I'm not allowed to feel this way because you still have that embedded in you, even if, like, my family's very loving and supporting. If you shock them and don't actually come to them first, of course they're going to react, but they're very loving. And I was afraid of what my grandparents would think and my family would think, and that had been in my head for a long time because I had always known. I just didn't want to admit it and couldn't admit it. I even had rumors about it ever since middle school and even into some of the workplaces I worked at. But the coming out, I can definitely say it's a good thing, and it can be scary, but don't do it the way I did it. That's the first word of advice. Second word of advice is trust your family, trust your friends that they're going to love you anyways, no matter what, because you don't honestly know. Just like the part in my cover and faith, believing in what you don't see, believe that they're going to support you. They're going to love you no matter what. And if it doesn't happen exactly that way, because sometimes it doesn't, sadly, know that there are supports and there's plenty of people out there that will love and support you for you. And just don't give up on that.
That's beautiful. That makes total sense. And I know you're not alone, Jessi, in your experience. I can guarantee that. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's get started with some of these Hawaiian snacks that we have here for you.
All right.
I'm kind of excited about it. Go ahead, show everybody the box again. Can you show them again?
Yep. Here's the lovely box.
Yeah, there's the box, and inside that box are some snacks that she has not seen yet. Okay.
And my mask.
The box is sealed up. And she's got a mask. She's going to put the mask on. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready, you can throw that mask on and put the box right in front of you.
Okay. Well, the box is going to be in my lap, but...
What'd you say?
The box will be in my lap because I can't put it standing next to me.
Can you say that one more time for me?
Yeah. The box will be in my lap because I can't put it standing up next to me.
I got it. I just wanted you to say it again with the blindfold on because it's... Oh, this is awesome. All right, so listen, I've got a question for you before you open the box, okay?
Okay.
It's coming from Kristen Harvey. She says, I have a coworker who's a lesbian, and she was working on a client who was bashing them while in her chair. So what would you say would be kind of the best approach in handling this in a professional manner? So I guess she was in a chair. Maybe she's in the hair salon or something like that. Maybe she's in the hair industry.
And she was being made fun of, so bashed, like.
So yeah. According to the question, it looks like she was working on a client who was actually bashing them when she was while sitting in the chair. Maybe she didn't know that the person who was doing her hair was actually a lesbian. So how would you go about maybe approaching that in a professional manner?
Well, one, it's safe to come out even when you're at work. There should be laws that already protect that if she's worried about that. She can, without coming off, like, because I know in those situations it can be hard to not want to slap them in the face, but you can just nicely say, hey, I love women and I'm not ashamed of who I am. Thanks for your input. How are you liking your hair so far? That's the most easiest way you can come up with, still being professional, still just being there without going, oh, hey, because if you really, I guess, bring on the hater by getting them right where it hurts without being mean about it.
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah, you gotta kill them with kindness. They won't know what to do. I did that recently on Twitter with someone who was not being too nice to a friend of mine who's very, very passionate about Black Lives Matter, and I wasn't gonna take it, so I stood up for her since I knew she wasn't gonna stand up for herself.
Sure. Well, that's good. That's good for you. That your friend has someone like you. But yeah, no, great response. You're absolutely right. We have to understand and appreciate that we all have our rights, and we shouldn't feel bad about that ever at any point. Depending based on what our sexual preferences or what have you. It's important that we are able to express that. That's the world we live in, and it should be that way. So I know you're itching to open up that box. So go ahead, open up open up the box. Show us the cover.
Okay. I can't see what I'm doing though.
I know. That's
So
good. That means the blindfold's working.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go.
I'm feeling it, trying to make sure. No, okay. So there's that.
Oh, there we go. So we got some snacks in there, some different snacks. So go ahead and put the box right down on your lap. Go ahead, grab the first one or whatever you want to grab in there, and let's get started.
This is the first one I grabbed.
Sweet. Now turn it around.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So, okay, guys, don't say anything, anybody, all right? All right, so here we go. We go ahead and open it up. Now, I have snacks for you guys to look at so you can learn a little bit more about these snacks that she's tasting. However, in this episode, because it's episode number 1, and this is the only mulligan I get, I did not title these snacks, so I'm going to have to cycle through them to find the right one. But go ahead and taste it, and let us know what you're feeling. Can we see what it looks like?
I'm currently chewing on it.
Higher. Bring it up higher. This is so fun. Higher.
You should be making me look like a fool right now.
No, not at all. I'm just trying to get you to look to. There it is, right there. That's what they look like. Bring it up to the camera. That's all. That's great.
Well, I know there's dark chocolate on it.
Okay.
And salty. So, like a chocolate pretzel, maybe?
Here we go. So this is what it actually is, everybody, for all of you out there. Go ahead. So you're saying it's a a salty dark chocolate pretzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
It's very.
That's very good, actually. Can you give give it a shot? What do you think it's called? Just give it a shot.
Salty pretzel. Well, chocolate covered pretzel.
A chocolate covered pretzel. Okay. No, that's not the right. But you have the description down perfect, and for that, we're gonna make sure we call that one right. This is what's called the Choco Mochi. Okay.
All right, that was close.
It's Island Princess's Choco Mochi. It's a Hawaiian Island Princess Choco Mochi chocolate Japanese rice cracker. Believe it or not, which comes from Hawaii. All right, salty, savory, sweet, crunchy. It's all wrapped up in one combination, right?
Right.
And you got that pretty. You got that pretty down packed. So
That's
good.
pretty.
Congratulations on the first one. Your taste buds are working perfectly.
Woohoo!
All right, so place the bags down on the side. You can finish those later. Did you like them, by the way?
Oh yeah, they're really good.
Oh, good. So you're gonna enjoy those later, huh?
I will.
All right, so let's grab the next item
Okay.
and
towards
try to
the
show
bag.
us. Try to show the camera. Oh, great! Lift it up a little bit for me.
Okay.
Higher. And that's great right there. Okay, yes. So go ahead and open that up and give it a try.
Okay. We'll see if I can do it. The other one I was able to right away.
You might have to use your teeth, huh?
Maybe. We'll see. Okay, I got it open. Awkwardly, but I got it there. So this is. Am I holding it too high?
Nope. Up a little bit. Higher. This is so
Oh my
awesome. There it is. You got it. Yeah. Okay. I see that. That reminds me of something. I'm sure a lot of people would agree with me. Go ahead. Pop that one in your mouth. What do you got?
Feels like a cashew.
It feels like a cashew.
Tastes like a cashew.
Oh, okay.
What kind of? Oh God. It has like a sour taste to it.
What kind of taste is it?
Kind of sour. And
Oh,
kinda
really?
salty.
Interesting.
That's weird, but it's sour. It's just weird. Not
Well-
right.
You want to try that one again, or are you not brave enough?
I'm brave enough. I'll have another.
I thought so. So you think it's a cashew, but it's got this sour kind of taste, huh?
Yeah, it's weird. Every time you hit the center, so every time you chew it, the center kind of explodes with this really sour, salty taste.
Oh, wow, that's interesting, huh?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
but it's definitely a nut.
So you want to give that a try? Did you? What do you think? Give it a guess. What's your guess on that?
Maybe it's not a cashew, though it's shaped like one. I'll go with cashew. Spicy cashews.
So you got that spicy, okay? Yeah. So your taste buds are good. You're a little off on the nut, and that's a macadamia.
Okay.
All right. It's called a chili pepper macadamia nut.
Oh.
Spicy red chili. Interesting, huh?
Oh, that's very interesting.
Have you ever had something like that in the States?
I tend to eat spicy peanuts / cashews because I like my spice.
Yeah.
But that tasted sour. That was weird. Still not over the sourness.
Well, in case you didn't know, spicy red chili pepper bushes spring up in almost every big island's backyard in Hawaii. So that's where they're getting that idea from. All right, let's go. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay. Oh, geez. This one's scary.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that one was my favorite one. I really enjoyed putting that one in the box because of how interesting it is.
Great. Super. I'm not scared at all of what it is. It's sticky. Okay. Clearly. Okay.
Wait, you like that?
It's weird.
Did you?
Something you can suck on, because I'm sucking on it.
Yeah.
And as hard as rock.
What's it taste like?
Right now it doesn't really have a taste. Like little salt is trying to burst out. I can taste that, but other than that, there's not too much of a taste. It's just flat surface.
Interesting. Well, while you're sucking on that, until that taste comes, because there is a taste there that you should be tasting, and I'm going to wait for you to try and get that taste. So why don't I ask you a quick question here? Do you have any other pieces you're currently working on right now?
Currently, I will be releasing a children's book named Who You Are in March. I don't have the exact date, but in March it will be coming out.
So a children's book, huh?
Yeah.
And so that makes me wonder what's the age group for for Lit Soul?
Like 13-year-old to at least 80 or 100 years old.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go.
Pretty wide range.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else you're working on, or is that it?
Well, I'm working on the second and third one. Well, I finished the second one of the series of Who You Are. I'm working on the third one, and I will have a sci-fi fantasy book coming out some point this year. I don't know when, but some point this year.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So you've got a children's series that you're working on. You've got a sci-fi coming out, and are you adding to Lit Soul? Is that a series as well?
Lit Soul will eventually have another poetry book. I just don't know what the name of it will be because I just started writing more poetry recently. So that's date to be announced.
Nice. Okay. All right. So do you find it difficult switching to different genres?
No, I enjoy it greatly.
Good, good. As a writer myself, one of the things that I'm worried about is because I actually have a couple of really great ideas that I would love to embark upon, but my biggest concern is that the fan base that I have developed is expecting a specific genre. And so I'm wondering if I do something completely different, am I going to lose them? Are they not going to be satisfied? But then again, on the other hand, new people will come to that new genre, and so I'm really up in the air about whether or not it would benefit me to walk in that direction. Do you have any advice for me?
My advice is go for it and don't worry about losing the community you've developed because it can only grow. So the ones that leave are the ones that just aren't true to you and what you write. Because most of the time, people are following you because of you, not because of your book. The book comes second. Anything that comes not outside of you, anything that comes later with you, that's just still a part of you, but it's a part of you that some people accept, some people won't. And like I said, the ones that are true to you will stay, and that's all that matters. So it's fun. You get to find out who's going to stay and who's going to leave when you come out with newer stuff in different genres.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for that. I felt that way, and I felt like I should write no matter what. But I also do have this thing inside me that doesn't want to disappoint, So that's very real for me as well. But you are absolutely right. I completely agree with you. How you doing over there?
Well, it's currently popping out a little bit. Kind of tastes like butterscotch right now.
Okay. So it's got a little bit of a butterscotch taste to you, huh?
And a sour taste, like a salty sour, I guess. Still again.
Okay. Guys, let's take a look at what she's tasting right now. You ready?
Oh, jeez.
All right, you want to go ahead and give that one a. You're gonna love this one, by the way, Jessi. You want to go ahead and give this one a try?
Sure. Let's see. I have no idea. Maybe a volcano candy of some sort because it's shaped like a volcano.
Oh, so you're tasting it and you're able to kind of determine what it kind of like the shape of it, huh?
Yeah.
I see. Okay, well I'll tell you what, that is actually the Lihing Mui drops. That's a sweet hard candy flavored with plums. Now, inside the center of that candy is a real plum.
Ooh, nice.
Now, honestly, full disclosure, I don't know whether or not you're supposed to eat the plum after you get to it. So you know, I guess eat it at your own at your own peril. But this is the candy right here for all of you out there taking a look. And please don't forget, ask as many questions as you'd like to ask, and so we can make sure we get the most out of Jessi. She's got a brilliant mind, and like I said at the beginning of this, guys, in the description you will be able to find her website along with her Amazon link for her to, for you guys to be able to go ahead and get a copy of her book or learn more about what she's working on her website. I presume that, you know, you have stuff like that on your website, right, Jessi?
Well, my website's still in the works, but I do have some stuff updated, like packages, I think. I need to double check with my website designer, but it should be up there.
Okay, do you have someone you work with?
Yeah, someone I work with. She's my web designer because I can't do that stuff. I'm not good at it.
What platform are you using, do you know?
It's WordPress.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you want to do with that candy. I should have had you eat that one last because it's a hard candy.
I spit it out.
You did? Okay. So are you a fan of that one or not? That one had me a little on the fence.
Oh, I will still finish it later. I just want to get questions asked. So if anyone, don't be afraid to ask me anything. I am, as you can tell, I'm blindfolded, so I will literally go for anything. That should tell you something.
Yeah, she's been a great sport, and I'm looking forward to continuing Bookology here. This is going to be really exciting. But I think you have. How many did you taste? Was that 3?
3 so far, but I think
there's one more in there for you.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. This one's got an interesting story to it. Go ahead and taste that one and see if you can guess what that is. I want to see if you can nail at least one fully and get the name of this one. This one's a very this specific one you're about to taste is a very popular Hawaiian candy. Okay. So go ahead.
Oh, hard. It's super hard.
So not so chewy then, huh?
No. This is terribly hard. Let's see. It's like jawbreaker hard. If you want to break your jaw, get this candy.
Really?
I'll advertise that.
No kidding. Wow. So I when I looked at that, I thought it was going to be more of a chewy candy.
It's kind of chewy, but it's really hard too. But it could be from just sitting in the box too, because Colorado does have wintry weather right now.
Oh yeah. You guys are you getting any snow?
Already got snow. It's still melting.
No kidding.
Now it's getting chewier now that I melted it a bit in my mouth.
See? Okay. So it is a bit chewy though, huh?
Mm-hmm. It also tastes kind of butterscotchy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can see why you would think that. Go ahead and give it a try. This one's got a specific, unique name. I'd like to see if you can guess that.
Well, now it tastes like milk.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to give you a quick little hint, okay?
Okay.
What's the color of milk?
White.
All right, you're already halfway there.
Um,
It's called white something.
White bell.
All right, I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you another guess. Okay, it's an animal who's also that color.
White fox. White. Polar bear. White.
Small animal that would run away from a fox.
White mouse.
A little bit bigger.
White.
He's my favorite animal in Bambi.
Rabbit.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it, folks. White Rabbit. Let me tell you a little bit about White Rabbit because it's a very interesting story. White Rabbit was truly a magical experience with its melting edible paper wrapper. However, it turned out to be laced with formaldehyde back in the day. So people used to eat the wrappers. That was one of the cool things about the White Rabbit candy. And as it turns out, it was laced with formaldehyde. I guess every magician has his secrets. But rest assured, White Rabbit is back in the market with a clean slate. It's more creamy than chewy. The candy itself lends a mildly sweet, milky flavor that has us eating it by the pound. So you got that milky flavor perfectly right. So congratulations on that. Now, I wanted to say thank you so much. You can take your blindfold off now so we can see those eyes. Did you almost fall asleep on us?
Almost. It wasn't for the food, yeah.
Nice. So tell us, which one was your favorite that you tried? And which one was your least favorite?
White Rabbit was my favorite.
Oh, cool.
I do really like the chili macaroni. Well, I guess it's this. The weird candy is my least favorite. The plum one.
The plum candy, that thing's funny. Can you see it now since you have your blindfold off, do you see the plum in the middle of it?
Yeah, I can see that now. It makes sense.
Isn't
the
it cool?
plum's the one that tasted weird.
Yeah, it's really cool. So listen, thank you so much for hanging out with us for a while, answering these questions, and thank you for being an old buddy of mine who actually has one of these shows as well. He does authors interviews as well, for being the sacrificial lamb, because this is the first episode, and we weren't sure exactly how the turnout's going to be on the live, so maybe you didn't get as many questions as I would hope you would. But I can rest assured that everyone's going to love this, and they're going to share it like crazy, and you're going to get the viewing that you need. So I appreciate you being that sacrificial lamb, Jessi. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with that you'd like to tell them about? Maybe I know you were mentioning something about revamping your YouTube channel. Go ahead and spend a few minutes and plug your stuff. Go ahead.
All right. If you go on YouTube, I'm right now in the works of changing the name to Jessi's Stories. You can find my YouTube channel where I will be rapping and putting some authors in Hogwarts houses and more. If you guys even have ideas, if you find me on YouTube, please comment at the bottom. I'm, as you can tell, willing to do anything. I will be telling stories because that's the theme of my channel. And you'll still see at least 20 other videos I did in the past, but I decided to revamp myself because I wanted to have more fun, because it's more fun to entertain versus just tell stories about myself and about my experiences. If you have questions about that, I will happily answer them too on my channel. But yeah.
Do you
go
have a
follow,
rap you can leave us with? Do you have a rap that you can leave us with?
Maybe. Let's see if I can do it on the spot.
Yeah, give us a little beat. You want me to beatbox for you?
Or you can beatbox for me. Thanks for being on the show. It's been nothing but a blow. Let's follow this show.
Are you
with the
freestyling
flow.
right now?
Yeah, I was trying to. I got show, blow, and flow so far.
That's awesome. Is there anything else that you'd want to say to the audience? Where they can pick up your book, or how much it is, how like the number of pages, whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. Go ahead, tell them.
Okay. You can buy it on Amazon. You can either get it virtually, which is $2.99, or you can get it through paperback, which is $15.99. If you guys do purchase it, please review it, because that helps the author greatly, more than the purchase itself. Though purchasing is very important too, so you can be a verified customer when Amazon sees it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spread the word. The more it's spread, even through someone just talking about it, or talking about this show, or talking about me being on here, please leave a review. That's the number one thing I care about. Leave a review if you purchase the book, and thank you so much for listening to my attempts to rap on the spot here too.
It's totally, she's totally right about that, by the way. One of the best things you can do for an author who's up and coming is literally review the book. And not only just review it, but like she said, review it once you've purchased it off of Amazon, so it's a verified purchase. It holds more stock for Amazon's algorithm, and it really helps us get the books to a comfortable spot. However, Jessi, you already hit bestseller, so you have the tag of bestseller no matter what now, right?
Not no matter what, because it's been like I did it for a day, and then like a couple days later I did it again for a day as #1 bestseller, because Amazon every hour changes who's the bestseller. So every hour it can be someone new. Mm-hmm. And so that tag will only stay if I can stay bestseller for a month or longer, which is actually a goal of mine. But
so if you stay as bestseller for a month or longer, then the title will always remain there.
Yes, but
okay.
I have pictures of the title, so that's all that matters. And that's the thing that a lot of authors don't know is, yeah, you can be a bestseller, you can be a bestseller for an hour or a minute, but because Amazon pays attention to every hour on the hour algorithm-wise, so you can sell one book and be a bestseller in that category for that hour. It's really important to buy. And if you want to send my message, I highly recommend reviewing and getting it back to #1 again.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a read. Now, the way we're going to do this episode, because we don't have a huge amount of viewers right now, so the chat's not going off the walls right now, but I want to go ahead and give one of your ebooks away because you were nice enough to partake in this, and you did guess White Rabbit, which was really phenomenal. And I thought you were a really good sport for coming on, first show. So I'm going to go ahead and give your book out to someone. So as they're watching this, when they make it to this part of the episode, just let us know that you're interested in getting the book, and I'll throw some names in a hat in a few days from now, if that's okay, Jessi. And we'll give it some time to kind of collect some views. And in a few days from now, anybody who's interested in getting your book, I'll throw the names in a hat. I'll pick one name out, and then I'll send them over the ebook. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
That's cool? Okay, we'll do that. Well, thank you so much, Jessi Hersey, for spending some time with us on the very first episode of Bookology. We certainly appreciate you coming on. You were an amazing guest, amazing first guest. We love your mind. And I can tell you right now, I'm already going to be reading your book, so I'll be getting that one myself. And I appreciate you coming on. But return the favor if you can, because I have a really great series. I don't know if you're into paranormal romance and epic fantasy, but I have the Immortal Magic series that I've done, and it's done really well. It's done really well so far, so maybe you can get yourself a copy.
Maybe I will check it out too.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you so much, Jessi. It was really great having you on, okay?
Okay. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. And all right, guys, and we are good now. We are ready to go ahead and finish off this episode. But before we go, I did want to say thank you all so much for joining the show and spending a little bit of time with me and Jessi Hersey. As per what you can expect, there's always some technical difficulties sometimes when you first starting out, but we appreciate all your support, and we're really looking forward to Bookology being kind of the next best show on YouTube. So let's help us get there. Pick up Jessi Hersey's book for any of you guys that are interested, right on Amazon. It's called Lit Soul: My Journey Back to Faith. And you can get the link right in this description once this live stream ends. It takes a little bit of time, but it'll populate as a video, and at that point you'll have the description, and you guys can get all your information for Jessi there. I certainly do hope you've enjoyed the show, and for going forward, if there's anything that you'd like to see on the show, or there's anything that you think we can do better, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comments, and we will most certainly read the comments and take everything into consideration, guys. Thank you so much, and with that, let's close it out. Next week, Thursday at 7 p.m., we are going to have a phenomenal guest. You're not going to want to miss her. She's a doctor, Dr. Nicolia. She's got a plethora of books that she's been involved in, and that she's written and authored and published. And she's also been a bestseller several times for several of her books. So more information on that to come, but you're not going to want to miss that. That's on Thursday, and her snacks are coming from England. So if you want to see some snacks that are from England and you want to see Dr. Nicolia actually go ahead and taste some, it's going to be fun, it's going to be exciting, and we hope to see you there. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us at Bookology, the show with interviews, blindfolds, and snacks from around the world. I'm your host, BJ Fournier.